Hello, everyone. That's here live, and some of you are watching later on. I'm Christine DiDomenico. I'm an Access certified facilitator for many, many years, and I live in New Jersey, kind of New York, New Jersey. My address is New York. My body lives in New Jersey. It's actually in New York, in my house in New York right now. So, love facilitating these classes, and I'm excited to be facilitating this class with Annie and Nicole, the new CFs in the New York area, New York, New Jersey. How much fun can we have?
Yeah. So, my name is Annielettemay, and like Christine said, I'm a new CF. I'm also a Talk to the Entity CF, and I'll be getting my Conscious Parents, Conscious Kids facilitators soon too. So that's about it. Really excited. And this is Nicole.
Hi, I'm Nicole. I'm a certified facilitator of Access, and also I am a fashion designer and jewelry designer. I'm very much into investing in the financial markets as well. So I wear many hats.
So Marie, can I call you Marie? What do you go by? Marie. Do you have experience with Access?
Yes, I have a few foundation class behind me, so
Okay.
I'm used to
Okay.
listen to the tools. Thank you.
All right. So we have a lot of people registered, so I'm sure a lot of people will be watching this after, and maybe it'll get out into the world to other people that haven't done Access Consciousness. So to just give you a little bit of overview, during this class, we're going to use the tools of Access Consciousness, which are tools to empower you to create your life the way you would like to create your life, and to be you, totally be you, not be the person you were programmed to be. And we're going to be using the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement, which is right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, POD, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds, which is a bunch of sounds like a bunch of gobbledygook. And it is an energetic phrase to clear all the crap that gets in the way of us being the infinite being we are. So you can go to theclearingstatement.com online, and you can watch a video explanation of what all those words are short for. But if you're willing to just go with us and play with it and just have fun with it, it can really create a lot of change. So it's kind of designed to take the heaviness of stuff that comes up in your life and lighten it up. So you may actually sense that, where we're talking about something and it kind of feels heavy for you, and then we clear it with the clearing statement and it lightens up.
Yeah. I love that about Access. You could just say it and then you don't know what's going on, but it clears. So,
yeah.
Does anyone have any questions for anything that's going on in your worlds?
Oh, and Jason. Is Jason going to introduce himself?
Okay, I'll do that. I mean, I'm not a CF, but I am Annie's husband, so I might as well say something. So, I'm a CFMW, right? Is that the term? CFMW?
Yes.
I've been doing Access for many years, and then I kind of like forgot about it for many years. And then about, what was it, 2.5 years ago, Annie said, "Hey, you want to take a bars class?" So we took bars together, and then shortly afterwards, we took a whole bunch of classes, and we met Christine, and then we've just been going at it, taking class after class. And the one thing I love about Access is that this is the one thing that worked to help me make more money. I mean, a lot more money. Christine, I'm sure you know this. Like back in January of this year, I generated what, like around $2,000. It was pretty pathetic. I was having issues with the company I was partnered with, and they weren't paying me, and I had an agreement not to take on any additional work. Well, what is it? In February, I think I made just a little bit more, maybe like $3,000. It would, it's not enough to feed a family of 5. But then Annie really kind of pushed me to start using the tools. And shortly afterwards, by April, like money was flowing in much more consistently. And by July, I remember I was crunching all the numbers, and what is it? Like I had generated roughly 50,000 in 6 months, which I had never done in like a year. And I'm serious. I'm a little embarrassed to say that, but that's how much I was stuck in this poverty mindset. But then, being the humanoid that I am, I noticed certain things get me moving, and Annie has a way of getting me moving. And it was amazing because, like, I seriously didn't think I could ever earn more than $10,000 a month. Well, in July of this year, I generated like 15,000. I was like, oh my goodness, this is for real? And Annie had to do some tricks for me to not see how much money I was actually generating. Because, business was getting much better, but it was just a little bit of money coming here and there from all these different sources that I didn't see what the actual total was. So when
Jason,
happened,
can I ask you a question?
Sure.
How much did you have to come out of hiding for that to show up? Oh my
goodness, yeah. That exactly. That's a huge point. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had to really step up and stop hiding, basically. Yeah. And long story short, that's what I love about these tools. It allows us to really step up and to be present with what is. And it just makes it easier to deal with the nonsense that we pick up from others.
Yeah.
And also, Jason, like the way you're talking about it, you're so vulnerable and open. And I think that's really awesome.
Cool.
And I just want to say too because I met Jason and Annie, I don't know, is it 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Something like that. It was at the 3-body
class in New York City.
Yeah, so what's that, about 3 years? And I met Nicole less than a year ago. November 4th was
it's less than a year.
Yeah,
your first class. So I have watched these people transform and come out of hiding and blossom. I mean, it's just amazing. And it's so fun for me to see the change in all of you. And so much of that has to do with being willing to come out of hiding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God, I couldn't really say that I'm a healer or I use my intuition or awareness in multiple things. I couldn't say that to people because I was so afraid of judgment. I wanted to fit in. I wanted to look like normal, whatever that meant. And yeah, it took a while for me to really have a really fun life. I mean, the things that I do nowadays is so different from what I used to do. I don't know, Murray Law, I don't know what you do, but like I worked in American corporations for over 20 years. Like, I don't know, I was very normal. Yeah, I'm definitely unhiding nowadays.
So can we do a clearing around that? Because that brought up a lot.
Sure.
So everywhere you are hiding to avoid judgment, will you destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
Mhm.
Right, wrong, good, bad, only, Papak, shorts, boys, and beyonds. How much can you be you if you don't want to be judged?
Oh,
Not
oh my
much,
goodness.
right? So all the oaths, vows, swearings, fealties, communities, and commitments you've made to never being seen so you can avoid judgment, will you destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, only, Papak, shorts, boys, and beyonds.
So we have Elvira just joined us. Hi, Elvira.
Hey, Elvira. So Marie says she quit her job and doesn't know what to do.
Okay.
And what else is possible?
Yeah.
Congratulations, you quit a job. How awesome is that?
Actually,
That's the best
technically
thing.
back in January, when I only generated like $2,000, that's when I quit my job. And it was a little scary, but it's what I needed to really stop being, what is it? Stop just, how do I explain this? Like when you work a 9-to-5 job, your income pretty much stays the same the whole time. And something about that was just driving me crazy. And so that, you know, when I wasn't getting paid, I was like, you know what, even a job is not stable. So I knew I had to step out and do something different. And because, you know, once I quit, there was that pressure to generate. But then that's when things start to pick up. So that's just my 2 cents on that.
Okay, so I have a question. If you didn't have to hide, if you could be anything and do anything in the world, what would it be? What would you choose? Okay, and anything that doesn't allow that times the Godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it, please?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So how much is everyone trying to fit into society and what we're supposed to do, how we're supposed to work, how we're supposed to earn money, and using that as a way to hide? Like hide your capacities, hide what you truly can be in the world, and everything that brings up times a Godzillion, will you destroy and create it, please?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyond.
Oh, someone wants to
Yeah.
unhide over there. We have a little monster underneath the table.
And how much do we, with a job, like a 9-to-5 job, how much do we stay in our little cocoon of safety that keeps us hiding from ourselves and everything that we can be? So everything we've made vital, valuable, and real about that, will you destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, only, Papak, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So when you're in a job and you have certain roles, and then you do those roles over and over again, and you get very comfortable, do you have any desire to, you know, if nobody, well, I'm thinking of myself in my job. I was a teacher for 32 years, and I was a good teacher. I was, you know, I was not stuck in a pattern, that's for sure, because I'm a humanoid and I need to do different things all the time. So I created different things, but also even within that, it did keep me in this cocoon of safety. And so if, I love that question Annie asked, if you could choose anything now, what would it be? And everything that brings up, like, oh my gosh, like so overwhelming, or I really have to be seen by other people, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, all name, Papak, shorts, boys and beyonds. So Nicole's asking, why crying? What does the body desire? And what does that bring up? Or is it releasing? What is that?
And something that came up, I'm not sure if this came up for anyone else on the call, is that how many times have we hid what we're truly capable of for fear of being pushed down? Like family members or like people around you. What if, you know, you have that fear that, oh, they're gonna want you to fail or something. So anything that brought up regarding that, will you destroy and uncreate it, please?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good
Erin
and bad,
says
fun and
yes.
fuck, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds.
And even from other lifetimes. So any oaths, vows, swearings, fealties, communities, commitments you made to never be seen, so you weren't beaten, tortured, burned at the stake, or anything else horrific, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, all name, Papak, shorts, boys and beyonds.
So you quit your job and you don't know what to do. And I was in this space 2 years ago, and I just desperately looked for what I should do, what I should do next, and I was just driving myself crazy. But what if nothing is wrong? You know, like you not knowing what to do. What if there's just nothing wrong? So what's right about this that we're not getting? What's wrong about this that we're not getting? And everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate them all? Right now, good, bad, papa, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And can you just allow yourself some space? You know, like I really just, I don't exactly know what you're going through, but I know that there's so much intensity that you're dealing with right now, right? So I love this one. Whenever I couldn't sleep, because I would drive myself crazy 2 years ago when I didn't have a job. Like, what's wrong about this? No, everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. So I'll say that like 10 times. I'll be like, oh, I'm fine, you know? So everything that brings up, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right now, good, bad, papa, golden shorts, boys and beyonds.
And how many other people's expectations are you picking up on of what that means, that you quit your job and now what? So everything that is, we just, everywhere you're picking up everybody else's points of view or trying to fit in this reality of what that means, will you destroy and uncreate it? Good, bad, all name, Papak, shorts, boys and beyonds. And Elvira says, I never had a clear vision of who I want to be.
Yay, congratulations. That's the best. How does it get any better? Then you can be anything or everything.
And if you may have heard this, that want means to lack. So if I substitute that, you're saying, I never had a clear vision of who I lack to be. And I would ask, what if you lack nothing?
You know, I used to go, oh, sorry, Christine.
No, that's okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So I used to go to a lot of like seminars, and I was a coach and all, and I was like, what is your vision? And you should know this and that, like ABC, you should write down, and what are your goals? What is your vision? It has to be clear and like photographic, like all this stuff, right? Now I look back after learning so much in Access that, oh my God, your vision doesn't have to be clear, because we're infinite beings. I mean, like, close your eyes to expand your awareness all around you, as big as the universe. Really? Really? Do we really want to depend on vision only when we have our awareness, our consciousness, our intuition, the way we could be anything and everything? Like, so we don't have to like depend on vision only. So what if it's just a BS? Somebody, I mean, who told you that? Who told you that you have to have a clear vision, you know? Is that yours? Who does it belong to? So would you send it back to the sender with consciousness attached? Right and good, Papa, naturals, boys and beyonds.
And so what if instead of having a clear vision, you actually start to get more clear with the energy of what you would like your life to be? So, which is different than a vision or specifics. It's getting, you know, say, I mean, I know Elvira, and she's a really fun person. So, and she's always smiling. And so, do you like to be with fun people? So that could be an energy of your life. I'm just using that as an example. That might not be it for you, but would you like fun people in your life? Would you like to work with fun people? Would you like to have a life that maybe you like to travel? And so you get the energy of having a life where you're traveling. Get the energy of the type of car if you drive a car. But you don't want to say, I want a BMW, whatever letters and numbers you want. Get the energy of that. And then you ask for that rather than putting it in a box that actually limits, you know, like vision boards people do. That's a limitation. Right. Because that's all you are allowing to show up, instead of when you get the energy, it's like that energy can come in many forms. So everywhere you've made yourself wrong for not having a clear vision of your life and what you would like your life to be, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, all name, puck, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And even the part, I just want to say one more thing about the who I want to be. Is it really getting clear on who you want to be, or what you, because you're already it. You're already the infinite being. It's like getting the stuff, clearing out the clouds so that you can show up. And this is perfect for this topic of hiding. It's like, get all the crap out of the way so that you, the being, can show up as you truly be. Anything that wouldn't allow that to show up, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, all name, puck, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Nicole, what were you going to say?
Yeah, it's just, oh my God. I look back and in my life, I so had to have that clear vision of everything that I was supposed to do, or who I was supposed to be and all. And I look back, there was such a limitation. It's like jail, like mind jail. And so there's such a small space. And now I love this tool of Access. You destroy and uncreate your life, and you could just create whole new life every 10 seconds or every day if you choose to. It's so light for me. And I don't know if Elvira, if this is light for you, you can use this. Yeah, would you rather be something or someone because you choose to, and you can change it every 10 seconds or every day? Or would you love to be just one thing, or that one vision forever? And what's life for you? And what would you like to choose? Also, I think it's an implant that a lot of us, I mean, a lot of people I know, believe that one has to have a clear vision of themselves and their life and their work. Is it an implant, Christine? Or brainwashing?
Feels late to me.
So
that it's an implant.
Yes, and you like all the implant and explant of this thing about one has to have a clear vision about who you are or what you need to do, and all this stuff. Would you just destroy an incredible that please? Random good papa golden shows boys and beyonds. What if you can choose who you can be? What if you have a choice? Only if you let it. What's the ladies' Danes clearing? I love that one too. What is
possible for you that you don't think is possible for you, that if you would allow it, would actualize as a completely different reality? And everything that is, we destroy and create it. Right, wrong, good, bad, all name, box, shorts, boys, beyonds. And you can substitute things in there, like what is possible for you and your life and living that you don't think is possible for you and your life and living, that if you would allow it, would actualize as a completely different reality. And everything that is, we destroy and create it. Right, wrong, good, bad, all name, box, shorts, boys, beyonds. And what is possible for everyone to come out of hiding that you don't think is possible to come out of hiding, that if you would allow it, would actualize as a completely different reality. And everything that is, we destroy and create it. Right, wrong, good, bad, all name, box, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And what have you defined as hiding that's not hiding? And everything that is, we destroy and create it. Right, wrong, good, bad, all name, box, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And what have you defined as not hiding? And everything that is, we destroy and create it. Right, wrong, good, bad, all name, box, shorts, boys, beyonds. I know that like a lot of us, I think that to not hide means you have to be out there on social media and you have to do this and this and this for your business to be visible. And, you know, that's all this reality's points of view. I remember hearing Gary Douglas actually talked about it last year's Facilitators, I think. It was about his daughter, Grace, who is an access facilitator. And he said people get mad at her because she creates these classes and she doesn't really do a lot. And so I asked him some questions about that, and he said she functions very much on energetically. So she creates energetically. So how much have you decided that you have to do, and that keeps you hiding because you don't want to do all the crap of this reality. So everything that is, we destroy and create it. Right, wrong, good, bad, all name, box, shorts, boys, and beyonds.
You know, so I took my first foundation with Christine, and this is like about a year ago, last November. And so I was telling Christine, because there I was sitting there in their room with some other people, and Christine, I was really trying to figure out my life because, you know, I was really successful in fashion industry and I thought I was smart, but I couldn't figure it out and I didn't know what to do, you know? So I was like, Christine, would you please tell me what I should do? Like, I really wanted the answer out of her, right? And I paid the tuition and I went into that 4-day seminar thinking that maybe she will tell me, this lady seems very confident and like capable. Maybe she will tell me what to do next. Christine looks at me and she was like, what if there's nothing for you to do? What if you just follow something fun? And I was just looking at Christine and I was just like, what? Because fun or choosing something that's fun for me or for my work was not not a reality. It's like totally like, I was just like, it didn't even register in my head. So I was kind of standing there. I was like, really? I'm allowed to have fun? And that's all I'm going to choose? And Kristen was like, yeah, what if you just choose something light and something fun? And I was just like shaking my head. And now I look back, what's been going on with me for last year is basically me following what's life for me and what's fun for me, you know? And I've done so much.
Yes, you have. How's
I
it get
created
better?
my jewelry brand, and I came out of hiding. Even for that, I was hiding behind big labels, the corporations that I used to work for. Now I have my own brand, and now I'm a certified facilitator. I used to hate social media and hide. I would not post my own photos, but now I don't have a problem with that anymore. So that's a lot of unhiding. I actually have fun with it. I'm learning so much about like how to get out there and have fun with people. And I don't have to be somebody else. I don't have to do something that's like something that I thought that other people expect of me anymore. And it's so light for me. So what if you don't have to know anything? You don't have to do anything. You just follow whatever is life for you, whatever is fun for you. And anything doesn't allow that, will you destroy it and create them all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And all the inventions that you're using to drive yourself crazy, trying to come up with some sort of formula or someone else's expectations or trying to please other people. Will you please give up? Let's destroy and uncreate all that. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds.
Wow, that was something I needed to hear. Thank you, Nicole. That last clearing right there. Oh my goodness, you just pulled that out of my head.
Cool.
Who has questions?
I'll jump in if no one has any.
Go for it.
So, where do I begin?
Annie came out of hiding. She's back with us.
Okay, so, Jacob's here with me right now. How do you get out of figuring things out? Because my mind keeps going back there.
Well, let me ask you this question. Have you created all that money from figuring it out? Or not?
I want to say yes, but it's a no.
Yeah.
It's definitely a no.
And how much ease is it coming to you now? Now that you're not trying to figure it out and use your head.
Well, I still sort of do that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the thing. And the other thing is I just feel kind of frustrated with not getting results not knowing how to handle certain, situations for clients, basically. So I'm trying to figure it out.
Yes. And do you ask questions?
That's a no.
That'd be a no, Bob.
Well, I mean, I have been asking. I've been running clearings when I'm confused.
Uh-huh.
And then sometimes I get an awareness from that.
Yeah.
But then what happens is I turn that tool into let me use this to get an answer.
Yeah, I was just going to say
and that doesn't work.
All right. So everything made vital, valuable, and real about having the answer when you ask a question, will you destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, putt, pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And again, how much? All right, so I know you made a lot of money this year. Annie's been to 4 or 5 different countries this year, right? Going to classes. Like, was that from your brain?
No.
Or was that
No.
the magic of the tools?
Magic of the tools.
Yeah. So
And
everything
you definitely didn't set any goals or do any of this visualizing. None of that.
Yeah.
None of that.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to comment on this, that, like, for years, I've also done the whole thing with, the vision board, and, 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 the vi or rather, writing out what you want, making it crystal clear. This year we didn't do any of that. And yeah, it's just so much more ease.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
And, and there is value in being clear, but as I said before, it's not like the specific list, it's the energy of it, even the energy of the amount of money that you would like to have in your life. If you want $10,000 a month, then get the energy of $10,000 or more a month, and then you can ask for that and pull that energy. And it is really magical. I go in spurts with doing that. And a few years ago, I've done it with relationships when I was looking for a relationship, and I would get clear I've even written it on paper, and somebody shows up like right away within like a week or two. And then recently I've been doing it more with money, and money showed up, and with clients too. I got these tax rebates, 2 of them. One I knew I was going to get at some point around this time of year, but the second one came. It's like things like that just show up, and there's like, what if we all just relaxed instead of the force? I know this quite well. I'm a control freak, less of a control freak than I used to be. But what if everyone just relaxed and allowed and received? How much more would you be also willing to be more visible too, with that relaxation? So would everybody just expand out and take some deep breaths in and out, in and out, in and out, and drop your shoulders. Let your body relax. Let your being relax. And get a sense of what it would be like to be out there in the world without hiding, without any filters on who you be. And now pull energy towards that energy. Just pull it right out in front of you, and then through you. And pull more and more and more of that energy through your feet, through your head, in the back, in your sides, through every pore of your body and being. Pull that energy of you being fully being you. And just keep pulling that and allow for that. Allow for you to be you. And anytime you sense that you are shrinking yourself, you can just push it out. Just reverse it, like push it out. That's not you. And become more and more aware of those times where you go to shrink yourself, or you contract, maybe when you're interacting with someone and you start doubting. Take that energy and push it out. And then pull the energy of you and everything that can contribute to you being you. All the elementals, all the teammates that are there to assist you in being more and having more. So everywhere you've decided you have to do this all on your own, that keeps you in that contracted state, will you destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, Papak, shorts, boys, meons. Feel a little lighter?
Yeah, that actually, like 3 things just popped up. I was like, oh, I could apply these things in my business. I mean, it's like you just answered my question. Like if I'm stuck trying to figure things out, what could I do? Basically, do an energy pull. I realized I can do an energy pull on, I wouldn't say so much solutions, but more like possibilities for the client, new possibilities for the client or something like that.
Yeah. 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 And just asking the question, like, what tool can I use here?
Yeah.
What would it take to change this?
Yeah.
We're so entrained to go to finding answers and
Yeah.
being small and trying to figure it out. So it's like practicing being in the question, like building that muscle. And, you know, I've been doing this a long time. I'm still not always in the question.
Christine, would you say
Thank
a
you.
little bit about choice? Like how choice creates?
Sure. What is that saying? So often we want to look for a clearing to change things or to fix something because we think we're wrong and there's something to fix. And what if there's nothing to fix, number one? And what if it's just about making a choice, like just making a choice and not making it like this big, huge attachment to the choice? So what if it's just, I'm going to choose this. So I'll give you an example. I am a person that is a doo-doo head. You know, I'm always doing. And it doesn't always create. You know, I do a lot of work to promote a class, and that it's not like this means this. It's not cause and effect. That's not real. That's a creation. So what I've been looking at lately is rather than making the same choices over and over again, you know what that means, insanity, what choice can I make now? So one example is I have an ad in Natural Awakenings and Inner Realm. And that's so this reality. And what I got is, all right, I chose that not to make it wrong. You know, some people did come and take classes and that's not a wrong choice because a lot of people didn't come. But now I'm going to choose something different. And maybe I'll choose another form of advertising, or maybe I won't advertise in a publication. But it's just a choice for now, a choice for 10 seconds. And then you can choose different. No matter what it is, you know, in your business, in your relationships, with your money. You know, I've gone through the same hamster wheel with money, you know, and, you know, I do okay with money, but it's still like this box I stay in. So I'm choosing to learn more about money. That's one of my demands now. I'm learning about investing. I'm changing it. Now, what that looks like, I don't have the answer of what that's going to be. I'm just in the question of, okay, how can I learn more about money and investing? And then see what shows up. Because things show up in magical ways and ways that you don't think they're going to show up when you ask questions. And you let go of control. That's a key point too. So everywhere you don't choose, which keeps you hiding you to keep you safe so you don't make a mistake, because you've been trained that you have to have the right answer and make the right choice. Will you destroy and not create it? Right, wrong, good, bad, all name, pack, shorts, boys, and beyonds.
I remember Gary and Dane were saying something like, you can get all the clearing that you can get, but if you don't choose, it's not going to work, or it may not work like all the way or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So before we moved into this apartment is quite big. We used to live in a a lot smaller place, and we're very unhappy, but the rent was super cheap and we loved it. So our logic was that we'll save thousands of dollars and we'll use that money to travel all over the world. And we did. But then I really got unhappy living in a small apartment. I really wanted to move, right? So, and I found access around the time, and I just like, well, Garen Dane said that choosing is your willingness to make that happen no matter what. So I was like, oh, I love that. Okay, all right, then I choose, right? I choose. Like, I had no idea what that really meant, but I just grabbed onto that energy and I choose a much bigger, better apartment. And brokers showed us around, and then this reality hit me. Like, the rent was like 3 times more than what we used to pay. And I got like totally stopped. And I looked at my husband, well, I guess we have to stay in the same old small apartment. And I was going to turn around and go back home. And I was like, no way, I choose this. I choose a new, better apartment, and that apartment needs to happen, and money needs to happen right now, right? Oh my God. And that's how we found this apartment. I mean, no, we still pay much more, but basically, like, I was just all about, you know what? Fuck this reality. Excuse my language, but like, I was just there because I was so fed up with my old apartment that fuck this reality. Fuck money. I'm just going to have this apartment and I'm just going to pay the rent and money's going to show up. And then money has showed up continuously.
It is so interesting how when we make choices that are bigger than we think we can have, how that choice contributes to everything else. And I remember doing something in the opposite direction. When I got divorced, I decided that I didn't have enough money to save money anymore. You know, I did choose to like stay in my house. I never had a conclusion that I was going to have to sell my house because now I was paying for it by myself. And I made the choice or decision that I couldn't save money. So for many years, I didn't put any savings away because that was just this reality's choice. And then what I realize now is that it all works. When you make the choice, it works. It will always work if you make the choice. So I could have been saving money all that time.
So, Elvira has a question. Can we also clear a fear of losing stability?
Yes.
No, you have to keep it.
No, I refuse.
Yeah,
well,
that one is
what does that even mean, stability?
No,
Like,
I mean, for me, I always, when I came to America, like 13 years ago on my own, you know, I always thought that I need a job, you know, I need to rely on myself because no one will help me. And, you know, at some point I'm so tired, I'm already, okay, like how long I'm going to continue this road?
mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like on my own, I have no one to rely on. And like, maybe this is keeping me like from changing my job, you know, because I'm scared because I'm in the comfort zone right now. And every time I'm looking for a new job, I'm like, oh, you know, like I'm in such a fear. So I stop searching and go back to my comfort zone because everyone knows me, you know, I have a good reputation there. And it's kind of lacking me that losing that stability and comfort zone from big opportunities, I guess.
So, well, okay, so let's start with the fear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so fear is a few things. One of them is a distractor and plan. So it distracts you from truly being aware of what you know. So what do you know about your ability to provide for yourself?
Well, nothing is impossible
Mm-hmm.
in my head. Like I've been going through so many jobs, so I feel like I can do anything I want.
Cool. Great acknowledgement. That's huge in creating more, is acknowledging your capacities. So can we clear everything you decided that stability is?
Yes.
Just trying to create that, right, wrong, good, bad, all name, puck, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And anybody else jump in if anything pops for you too. Everywhere you're holding yourself back with the lie of stability, will you destroy and uncreate it?
Yes, please.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all name, puck, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And what is possible for you and a job that you don't think is possible for you and a new job, that if you would allow it, would actualize as a completely different reality? And everything that is, we destroy and create it.
Yes, please.
Right, wrong, good, bad, only puck, shorts, boys, beyonds. Now, that doesn't mean you go and quit your job.
No, I know,
know,
that felt light right away.
Yeah, but what you know, I would invite you to run that clearing a lot.
Mm.
And
Which one was it
see
again?
what shows up. Excuse me?
Which one was it again?
What is possible for you? I think I would just leave it open, like either what is possible for you with a new job. I mean, do you want a new job?
Well, it's either new job or new possibilities at my current job. Everything is possible, right?
Okay, cool. So what is possible for me with this that I don't think is possible for me with this, that if I would allow it, would actualize as a completely different reality? And everything that is, we just trying to create it. Right, wrong, good, bad, only black shorts, boys, beyonds. Yeah, I would run that and just see what shows up.
Mm-hmm.
And Elvira, are you happy when you have a stable job, stable income? Are you happy with everything else?
I'm happy with stability at some point, but at some point I also love to learn all the time something new.
Yes.
So if the job keeps me at the same, I master my skills already at what I was doing right now, and now I don't see any progress. So it's making me very unhappy about that.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
So what if it's possible for you to do something that you really love and continue to learn, doing many different things that really entice your interest and intellect, and at the same time you earn a great living, keeping your stability? What if all that is possible and you don't have to stay with one job for a long, long time?
Mm-hmm. I'm with you, Nicole.
That'd be cool. So anything doesn't allow that, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right now,
Yes.
and beyonds. And whose belief is that you would have to stay with the one job and you need that stability in your life? Where did you hear that? Who does it belong to?
No, it's not necessarily with one job. It's not like I had one job, but I just recently I stuck with this job for so long, almost 9 years. This November it's going to be 9 years.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know what happened. It's like every time I'm planning to search for something new, like either I'm not getting responses for the degree that I received here, or I just too scared to try something new because I'm going to lose the stability. My position probably going to be lower, and I'm not going to make the same money. Or and then I'm just scared and I go back to my shell.
So what if you don't have the fear that you may not lose the stability? What if you trying something new could open up a whole new possibility?
Mm-hmm. That would be nice.
So anything doesn't allow that, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right now, boys and beyonds.
Thank you, ladies.
And this may be one of those places where you just have to choose something different.
Mm-hmm.
Something. It doesn't have to, again, be quit your job, but something, choose something different.
Also, you know, I've been there too. Like a lot of people think that, oh, what if I get off this track and try something new? Then I may not be able to come back to where I was, the subject that I was really good at. I was expert on it. That was my specialty. What if I now choose to do something else? Would I be able to come back and get a decent, good job that pays well, right? Elvira, isn't that your fear?
Mm-hmm.
So what if like things are not that linear? What if you trying something new could add like something great to your capacity, your ability, and your resume, and everything that you could offer in this world?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so and so everything around everything this brings up, will you destroy an incredible?
Yes, yes.
Running up at Papagona shows boys and beyonds.
Ready.
Thank you. So, I wanted to ask Elvira, sorry, someone came. What would you like more of? If you weren't focusing on the fear, what would you like to add to your life?
If I would focus on the fear,
Instead of focusing on the fear, what would you like to add to your life?
like to have ability to learn more
Mm-hmm.
and be more satisfied with what you're doing.
Okay. So what can you add to your life right away that would create more of that for you?
I can answer at this point.
Well, like in the beginning of the call, Christine was saying, maybe it's not the answer, maybe it's being more of that question that you could be right now.
It's possible.
Yeah, so just keep asking, what would I like to add to my life?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not always linear either. It might not, if you want to add or you want to change something, say within your job to make it more interesting and learn more. When you ask, what can I add to my life that would create that? It could be that you go and you take a horseback riding lesson that actually contributes to what you're asking for.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be looking for it to show up a certain way. Just ask that.
Okay. Got it.
And see what shows up.
Elvira,
Beautiful.
may
Thank
I
you.
ask what you do?
I'm an insurance agent.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
And what other things do you love learning about? What are some examples of things that you love to learn?
Well, everything, like everything is interesting. I like technology right now. Now I learn coding. I'm trying to create my own website. So I'm learning how to code and design and create an application also, like insurance app in iPhone or Android, stuff like that to become like to promote my business as well.
Wow, how does it get any better? You're super creative. You're a perfect humanoid. Yeah, so Elvira, ask yourself, okay, if I choose to like learn more about programming and create an app or website and all these things, if I choose to do that, what would be created in 5 years?
Okay.
Would I like that? I mean, would that really contribute to me? That like perceive that future 5 years from now, versus you continue to do the work with it, being an insurance agent. 5 years, fast forward 5 years, and like perceive the future. Which is lighter for you?
The first one.
Yeah. Okay. Bingo. How does it get any better? You see how simple it is? Yeah. So what if it's possible for you to follow the energy of what's light?
Yeah.
Right?
That's great. Thank you, ladies.
And Marie is asking, can you tell me more about something different? Like what it means, something different. Anybody want to take that question?
Sure. So Gary and Dane always say, a choice is only good, as Jared's saying, for every 10 seconds. So you can choose something, see if it creates greater for you, more expansiveness. If it doesn't, then you can choose something different. Like that wasn't fun for him, so now he's choosing something different. Every 10 seconds.
That's a great way to describe it too, because if you look at a kid, they could be really paying attention to this one thing they're playing with, and then all of a sudden they're just like, done with that, go do this. And they do many of that in a short period of time.
This is so classic because in my foundation, I was grilling Christine with my questions, right? Like I was like one of those annoying people who asks so many questions. So I asked Christine, oh, so Christine was talking about this. Choose something different. You don't, it's not all linear, Nicole. Like you need to get out of your head. And I was like, yeah, but I have to start this company. I have to make money. I have to work hard and blah, 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 blah. And she was like, well, what if your body desires to just take a walk? What if your body desires to go to the beach? And I was just like really dumbfounded, and I looked at her. Oh, so that's what's choosing different? So it's not really linear. However, you taking a day off, or maybe you decide to go to the beach, or you learning to code, that may have an effect on what you're trying to achieve. You know, but it may not look like it's directly related. And it worked for me. So I went to the beach and I took a week off. I was so happy. I was such a better person. My husband appreciated that a lot. And he was ready to send me to another class with access. So multiple of those, like, you know, working and trying to drive an outcome, and then like really choosing something else. Okay, what will contribute to me in my work? And I'll just choose, you know, if it's like going out with my friends and enjoying a nice dinner, and it's opposite of me sitting in the office trying to create this outcome and make money for the company and all that stuff, right? However, a year later, I've achieved so much and I'm so happy, and I have so many possibilities like happening, great things are happening. And I know that I can choose every 10 seconds or every day, every week, something different. And all that contributes to me. Does it make sense? Is this conversation contributing to you, Marie? Cool, awesome.
And that I love that question, or the word that you just used, contributing. And then you can ask for that contribution too. So without knowing what that contribution will look like, just ask who or what can contribute to me having what I'm asking for. And I would highly recommend you all listening to Annie's Talk to the Entity call that she did last night. It was a free call she did, and I'm sure she'll give you the link to get that. And she talked about contribution in relationship to entities. And it was a really good reminder for me. I've done classes before, but it's not something I tend to use. And I just got the energy of that, and how there's so much energy out there to contribute to us, but we have to ask for it. So, and the way I ask for it is I often ask, what contribution can I be to things and people? And also, what contribution can I receive today? What contribution can I receive? I ask for my kids, from the earth, from my car. You can ask anything. the chair you're sitting on to contribute to you. That would be too easy though, huh?
It has to be hard.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say a bad joke. We're all coming out of hiding, right? Gary always says, the only thing that should be hard is a penis. So I hope we're not posting this anywhere.
You're really coming out of hiding, Annie, with that one.
Oh,
Talking about penises.
Jason is quiet.
I'm not hiding.
He was there.
I heard the whole thing. And this was also very much a contribution to me. Nicole, what you just shared before, that was absolutely huge.
What? Which one?
You know, I just forgot. But I just remember. I was like, oh my goodness, what she's saying is like spot on. I just can't seem to recall at this very moment.
I forgot.
Oh man, yeah, my mind just blanked out. But I got the energy. I was like, oh my goodness, I needed to hear that. Oh yeah, it was about basically like taking a walk instead of working hard or focusing on achieving. You know, it's like choose this, now choose that, now choose that.
My brain was so like that. I was in jail, seriously. You know.
And I realized I've been doing that the past week, but I mean less so like the past 2 days. But still, I just realized how much I was so stuck in that I was actually way more like unproductive, even though I was seemingly working harder. It's kind of funny. Yesterday, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to ask questions and run some clearings and then get some work done if I want to do it. And it was funny because I'm way more productive today and yesterday than I was like the previous 3 or 4 days prior. It's kind of interesting. So this stuff really does make a difference.
Yeah.
Joanne said that's when you say it all. I'm not quite clear on that. She must be referring to something that we said. But I'm like Jason. I don't remember what I said or anybody else said 30 seconds ago. So is this an hour call, ladies? I don't even know.
Yeah, I think we can start wrapping it up.
Yeah.
So,
Anybody have any questions? And now Jared is contributing to us. Little magic man. Jared is an access facilitator, by the way. He's the youngest access facilitator. He has taken all the prerequisites and he's gone to the facilitators class with his mom. Right?
Yes.
And so talk about not being linear. How much has Jared contributed to this call? Because Annie told me when we first got on the Zoom, before everybody joined us, that Jared was fast asleep. And as soon as she got on the Zoom, he woke up. So how much did he want to be here contributing to us all?
Yeah. So, do you guys want to talk about any classes coming up? I can.
Sure, I'll talk about your classes first. Annie just put a link in the chat that will take you to all our classes. And Annie did the free intro, and she's got 2 more talk to the entity possibilities coming up soon, like this week. So check that out if that's something you're into. Nicole and I are doing a foundation class in New York City, November 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th. And I have one in upstate New York, November 1st to the 4th. What else?
Have you guys taken the foundation yet? Marie Lower and Elvira? Oh, you have? And then Joanne?
Joanne, I don't believe has
Mhm.
much. I don't know about Elvira. Don't think so, but maybe.
Joanne hasn't.
Well, and Nicole, I mean, she speaks so eloquently about the foundation. Do you want to say something about it?
Oh my God, you guys! Oh my God, I'm so excited. I can't believe I'll be facilitating foundation. I'm like really, really excited. You know, my whole life, can you picture this person who was working behind the desk, working with people as a fashion designer for like over 20 years. And the whole time she's doing something else, learning lots of other modalities like healing and Tai Chi and Qigong, meditation and yoga and all sorts of things all the time. And then she's been hiding, right? And then 20 years later, finally, she makes a dream come true. And she becomes a facilitator. And with wonderful facilitator like Christine, oh my God, I am so unhiding now. So this will be incredible. I'm so thrilled. It's like life-changing class, and my life changed in those 4 days. It hasn't been even a year. And Annie and Kristen, tell me, like, I mean, how many people become a facilitator within less than a year? Right?
Not many that I know of
Yeah.
at all. That's amazing.
It was
And,
really hard at times, I
yeah.
have to say. But all the tools that I got out of Access really just contributed so much for me to be so much greater at my business, like designing. You know, oh my God, this is so crazy. Before foundation, I told you, by the way, that I was a great designer and like design director. Right? And I worked at really great companies too, so I guess I was really great, but I couldn't even sketch. I couldn't even sketch or design because I was so traumatized. I was so stressed and so many expectations of myself. And I didn't really know what to do exactly, what to design anymore. So I couldn't even sketch. But during foundation class, oh my God, I was able to sketch. So I remember that.
Wow.
And that was huge to me. And I showed Christine my sketches that, oh my God, Christine, miracle happened. Now I'm capable of sketching again. I have myself back, you know? And that's just one example, and so many other things are possible. Oh my God, Jared is typing.
I love hearing Nicole talk about the foundation. Did you notice how her energy like completely changed when she started talking about it?
And like, I don't want to like break your fun, but there are some crazy moments in foundation, I have to say. It's like really good crazy, but for me, like I was just like sitting there, what? Like, oh my goodness, incredible. Yep. Please don't come. Please don't register. Because we're gonna have lots and lots of fun.
Cool.
Anything
What
else?
else?
Any other classes
Oh.
anybody wants to mention?
So if you don't want to travel all the way to New York City, even though it is the city that never sleeps, it's the Big Apple, you know. We do have some online Zooms coming up, like Salon de Femme, if you would like to do that book club with us. And there's also money workbook, and I think that's it. There might be some other ones. So
we'll send a
link.
we'll send a follow-up email too. We can put those in the follow-up email with the recording.
Yeah, and also like I really hear you guys are dealing with like real stuff in your life, and we totally get it. And you're not alone. We're around. We love talking to you guys. So please reach out. You know, we're on Facebook. Find us.
Absolutely. Thank you all for joining us. This has been great. Your questions are wonderful. Great contribution to all of us.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you to you.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thanks
coming.
for coming on the
Thanks.
call.
Bye.
Your together open a very open space for vulnerability when you are the three together. So it's very nice.
Well,
Have a good
awesome.
night, everyone.
Good night,
Hey,
everyone.
thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.